Yo, what's going on, everyone? Firstly, I would just like to say a massive thank you to each and every single one of you who are new here, who have subscribed to the channel. You've taken me from 830 to over 1,000 subscribers on just one video about this gentleman here who was discussing his banning from Sony PlayStation Online, his PSN, and losing all of his trophies, things like that. It was quite an interesting story to listen to, but unfortunately, because it was in Arabic and the translation was absolutely terrible, I missed a lot of context and a lot of words were missed out. And unfortunately, the AI translation trolled me and sent this man to Morocco. That's right, he went to Morocco for holiday. If you want to know what that's about, check the other video. It's on my YouTube, and I'm sure plenty of you in the Arab world, as I've been told by Hawks, who's linked to me this video on X, is that I'm a bit of a meme over there right now. So thank you so much. But this here is the English version of that story. So we're going to watch it one more time. Let's hear that again, please. Hakum, please tell me the story once again, but in English this time. Thank you, sir.
I wanted to release this video 2 months ago, but I hesitated because I thought PlayStation would solve the problem. We will come to a conclusion and everything would be fine. But sadly, nothing was solved. I tried my best to solve this. I even told them I'm gonna release a video. It's not like I did this behind their back. They knew about this. And now I'm going to explain all the reasons and why this happened. But before that...
So interestingly, PlayStation know about this. They know he's going to release a video. He's already done one already, and now he's doing one again in English, which I'm sure, I'm pretty sure the Arabic version gained a lot of traction, but I'm pretty sure the English version will gain even more traction because, you know, the context is better because the AI translation is terrible.
Let me introduce myself for the people who don't know who Hakoom is, or Hakoom, like you call me. My name is Abdul Hakam, aka Hakoom, my nickname. I started gaming back in the 80s. I started with like Sega, Nintendo, and the other old consoles, retro consoles. As soon as the PlayStation 1 dropped, I loved that console. I got hooked up to the PlayStation brand and I loved it. Their games, their consoles, everything was perfect about them. I had the PS2, and until the PS3 I created my online account Hakoom back then in 2007. That's like 16-17 years ago. And then Sony released the trophy patch, so I started hunting trophies. I enjoyed hunting trophies until I became the #1 trophy hunter in the world in 2009, and I entered the Guinness World Records 5 times between 2018 and 2019. Then the trophy system became trash.
That's a lot of medals. That's a lot of trophies. He's got a lot of trophies. That's 5 platinums he's holding right there.
So I quit at 2021. I unofficially retired. I did not tell this officially. I unofficially retired in 2021.
Question: how does a trophy system become trash? How does a trophy system become trash? That's a question I have. Let me know. How does it become trash? What does that mean? Did they do something? Let me know.
But by that time I already had a partnership with PlayStation. They used to send me games, consoles, everything for reviewing and unboxing. I got my popularity from all of this, but sadly the problems started in September 2024. So this is a short explanation about Hakoom. So here's what happened exactly. As is, I did not change anything in the story. I will say both sides of the story, my side and PlayStation's side. So I'm not gonna hide anything about this. It all started in September 9, when I was on a trip to Saudi Arabia. I was invited by PlayStation to attend the Astrobot event. When I came back home, I was tired, I went to sleep. I woke up the next morning, started playing. And before I sleep on September 9th, I wanted to log in an online game and found out that my account is suspended. I could not log in. I got an error, and when I tried to log in, it said my account has been permanently suspended. Not temporary, it was permanently suspended. So I was shocked. What have I done to get permanently suspended?
Now, just for context, because I've seen this already this is quite close already to the original version. A permanent suspension, he'll go on to explain this, you have to be emailed about it. Hakoom says he was never emailed by a PlayStation, so that instantly got his suspicions up. So, which is why he investigated it. So, but as people have explained, and the comments from the other video have been saying, is that, you know, unfortunately, when you get a permanent suspension on PlayStation, they don't even want to know. They don't want to talk to you. They don't even want to like listen to anything you have to say, regardless of how affiliate. I mean, regardless. When somebody like Hakoom, who's obviously, you know, he's doing partnerships, he's doing unboxing, he's doing review copies, he's getting things from PlayStation. He's a partner PlayStation supporter. You know, even he, as you explained, doesn't even have standing. But he'll go on to explain that. I'm just sort of covering what I know already, so I'm already up to date on a little bit. So I understand the context from what I've been told since doing the original video to now. I've been filled in by so many people. So it's quite, that's the shocking thing to me, is that he, like, even being this close to Sony and PlayStation, there wasn't like a conversation with somebody higher up or somebody who could bring him in into the main office and say, look, you know, this is why you were suspended. You know, this is the actions we had to take, you know, because of A, B, and C, which he'll explain. But, you know, I'm getting ahead of myself. But, you know, just so you understand, that's kind of the rules, really.
I logged into my email, my PlayStation email, and checked to see for the reason, because you have to get an email from PlayStation if you get banned. You have to. This is not something that you will not get. So I logged into my email and I found there is nothing in the email, not in the junk and not in my inbox. I went to sleep. I thought maybe it's a bug. Happens with PlayStation. Many people got banned for 2-3 days and got their accounts back. So I said, okay, maybe it's a bug. I went to sleep and I woke up the next day and the problem is still there. I waited a few hours until Sony is online, and I went and talked to the customer support. Sadly, the customer support treated me like completely like a piece of trash. They treated me, and they did not even, you know, the customer service. You talk to them, they're like robots. They don't care about you. They don't talk to you nicely. And if you keep on asking, they just shut down the line in your face. I kept on trying to talk to them for like 10 other agents. They all treat me the same thing. They ask for your information, and when you give it to them, you ask them, why is your account back? Sorry, we cannot tell you. Why can't you tell me? What?
I will say, just putting it out there, majority of companies are given a script, and it's literally like, if someone who's banned from PlayStation, they're literally told, if they're asking why they're banned, they just don't tell them why they're banned. There's like no reason. Like, they just give you no reason whatsoever. Again, I know like the context, but I'm just kind of saying, like, I mean, again, I don't know if it's because it's an American-based company, or if it's an American office, or it's a Saudi Arabian or an Arabian office, Middle Eastern office, or it's whatever office Hakoom's dealing with. They all get the script. It's like a script. That's why they're so robotic. And, you know, I think that's the world has changed so much that if something was to happen to your account or your details, you would want some sort of clarity. You know, we live in a world now where information is so easily accessed and obtainable that a simple explanation just to keep you peace of mind and just get you and clear your doubts, it could do a lot for you. But things like this really play on you, you know. So I totally understand where he's coming from. Like, you know, he's in the dark right now and he wants someone from Sony PlayStation who he's partnered up with just to give him a hand. So I totally sympathise with him on that part. But again, flipping it, they are given a script. They read from that script, and they're never gonna. And if they're pushed too hard, they just cut you off, because you've got to go through the whole calling up. Press 1, press 2. You know, speaking with Mr. Johnson at PlayStation headquarters. He's been on the phone already 25 minutes. So imagine that multiple times over.
What's the reason? Why did I get banned? No, we cannot tell you. Just check your email. Just tell you to check your email. Well, nothing. I got nothing on my email. What do you want me to do? I was treated like a piece of trash, sadly. Anyways, I called the customer support by telephone, not a live chat, and I was treated the same. They just tell you are sorry, we cannot help you. So why can't you help me? I mean, if I'm getting robbed and I call the police, imagine a police officer tells you I cannot help you. I just get robbed. It's not working like that. So I was lucky to get in touch with the private department in PlayStation, which was able to help actually. They were on the case, and I was happy about it when they finally were going on the case and did not shut the telephone in my face. So by email, they were investigating. And while they were investigating, after a few days, I got a message on my WhatsApp from a good fellow from Saudi Arabia. I don't.
Right. So he had a private investigation, and while he's doing that, basically what's saying here is a friend of his, one of his good friends, says a foreigner published his Sony account information. He hired an employee, so he bribed an employee, gave him money to get his account information, so he has all of his details.
Don't know who he is, but thanks to him, he told me, "Hello Hakum, your account has been leaked on the internet with your account information. This guy is bribing Sony employees and PlayStation and..."
So here, pulling her, yeah. So I read this one before. Pulling Hakum is crazy. It's crazy. N words. Get the OG next. Not even Us is safe. Leaked and robbed. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. I'm interested to see where, like this person who's got these links. I mean, I'll be interested to see, like, how deep it goes. You know what I mean? How deep the rabbit hole goes for this. Like, how big is this network? How much money is being funneled in? And I've said this before in the original video. If you haven't watched that, like, then whew, it's crazy. Like, I was saying the same thing. Like, how deep does, just the black market trading? Like, they get the accounts of valuable, valuable accounts that are worth money to people. High trophy count, massive spend. These are the accounts people want. And they sell them on. Games and stuff linked to them. All you got to do is change your password and you've got access. And they can do all this like firmware stuff, can't they? I mean, I'm not like too familiar with it all, but like there's obviously tools out there to do it,
Leaking user data for his own sales. Like he takes your information and sells it on the internet. Or he bans it and then unbans it and sells it. I don't know how it works. I don't know how, really. I'm sure there are some people, they emailed me, they know about this. As you can see with the screenshot on the screen. So I found out about this and I was shocked, really, that somebody's selling my information. I mean, the screenshot is from a PlayStation computer. It's not from my computer. It's not from his computer. It's from an admin computer. Nobody has access to stuff like this on the internet except for the PlayStation admins. The evidence is in front of you on screen. And it wasn't just my account. It was many people's accounts. I got many screenshots, as you can see on screen. These are from PlayStation support admin computers. You can even see the number 2 Trophy Hunter's account is even leaked.
Yeah. It's crazy. All that information there in screenshots just being handed out to the highest bidder. They get one screenshot and they keep it to themselves. It never gets shared. They've got it in there. Say, right, place your bets. I've got someone's account here who's worth. It's got this many platinums. It's got this much spend. Place your bids, and they're placing bids. Bitcoin. It could be anything. It could be anywhere. You don't know how much money they're spending on these accounts.
Moreover, you can see there is even a guy from Gran Turismo company, Polyphony. His account details are leaked. It's not just my account leaked. It's many people's accounts are leaked. So it's not just a Hakoom case. It's a worldwide case now. So I took all this information and forwarded it to Sony. It's evidence. I cannot go with this evidence online. I will solve the problem privately. This is what you have to do, actually. So I took this information and gave it to PlayStation Online. Other users might just put it on the internet directly and make a big deal out of it. But no, I played it correctly. I gave all this information to PlayStation on the email.
I respect that. He got this information from this source, from these people who are doing a bit of digging for him. And instead of like going straight to X and going, Sony, blah, 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 putting them on blast, he went to Sony themselves and said, look, I've got information here. Your system has been breached. A lot of people wouldn't do that in his position. They'd have this information straight away. It's like, that's clicks. That's clicks. But Hakoom didn't do that. He done the right thing by going to the proper people and saying, look, this is what's happening. You've been hacked. Well, not hacked. You're being sold to the highest bidder. One of your employees are selling you under the rug. It could be you next. It could be me. It could be anybody. And putting it on blast on X is the last thing you want to do, because that information gets out there straight away, and you don't know if this information's been sold. So someone might see that and be like, okay, this is money to be made. But he's gone to Sony and said, look, this is what I have.
After a few days, I got a phone call. I was surprised.
This phone call, by the way, is fucking hilarious, right? Like the guy on the other end hasn't got a clue. When I heard this originally, like I couldn't believe my ears. This has got to be one of the most dumbest phone calls I've ever heard in my life.
And why, if you're calling me, then right. Yeah, what about it?
Yeah, your case is still being escalated.
Which case exactly?
So his case is the guy saying your case has been escalated. Hakum's saying what case you're talking about.
We're the one who contacted PlayStation support like 3 days ago. Or am I the wrong person?
No, I did not open any case. Which case are you talking about?
Yeah, so he's saying you opened a case. You contacted PlayStation support. You opened a case. We're just calling you back.
The case that you just opened, like, hold on, let me check the status.
The case you just opened, yeah, we're just, you know that case. You're just checking its, we're just checking it. We're just checking in. We're just checking its status. We're just checking it.
September.
Yes.
Yeah. A case was opened on your PlayStation account.
What is your name?
Anthony.
And from which department are you calling?
Calling from PlayStation.
My name's Anthony. And what department are you calling from, Anthony? What department in Sony are you calling from? PlayStation. It's so bad, it's good.
Okay, Anthony. Who raised this case? Me?
Yeah.
On September 9th. Where did I raise this case? You mean on PlayStation support or on a call?
Yeah, you contacted us via chat support.
Via chat support.
As I'm seeing here.
Okay, and why was my account suspended?
Due to violation of terms of service.
Yes, which terms exactly did I violate?
Well, I did not, unfortunately, I don't have any information about that.
Okay, then why, if you're calling me...
Anyways, guys, this video is 4 minutes long. I don't want to bore you with it. But as you see, this guy, okay, called me and acted like a PlayStation agent on the telephone.
No. He acted like a fucking idiot. That's like, there's levels here, right? And there's dumb. There's really dumb. There's incredibly dumb. And then there's fucking idiot. Like, just, if you're going to scam someone, be clever about it. I'm calling from PlayStation. Fuck me.
I did not believe it. I had my doubts. First of all, I said maybe it's true because I was in a dire situation. I don't know what to believe anymore. So he said, I'm gonna call you back in 2 days.
And that's how they get you when you're down and out and you're ready to give up. That's when they get you.
And as you can see, he said he's from PlayStation and he exactly knew when I have spoken to PlayStation on live chat. How did this person know exactly when I have spoken to PlayStation? How did he know on the 9th, exactly on the 9th? How did he know that? Anyways, the guy called me. I called after this call. I actually called PlayStation and asked him, do you call your clients? They told no, this is a scammer. So okay, I found out that this guy was a scammer actually. He wanted more information from my account. He called me the next day and said again, it was a British number this time. It was not from California, it was from UK. He said, I'm again Anthony from PlayStation and I'm calling back regarding your case. We want to confirm something about your case. I need your last 4 digits of your credit card. I think because he could not find my credit card information on my account because I did not put my credit card information there. So he wanted to steal it that way. This is how he wanted to steal my credit card information.
And just think how big this network has to be that they can actually... I mean, I don't know how easy it is to change your number from a California number to a UK number, but just think how big this network has to be that you're able to contact people using change your number, and you must have some sort of like rotating like group of people. Like I mean, you see this all the time on these shows where it's like it's people who get people who are lonely and they mess with their hearts and their heads to get money out of them over and over, and they promise to meet them and they never meet them, and they need money because they're traveling or need money because they're sick. These things happen, and you know what I mean. And I don't know about you lot, but for me, like my only love other than my family and my children is my games, my console. You know what I mean? Like these are things I've grown up on and loved, and and when that's under threat, and then someone calls you and says, "Look, I'll help you. Just give me the last 4 digits of your credit card number. I'll solve all your problems." You're gonna this, and then I totally agree with Hakoom. Like you're in a position where you're gonna be like, "Yo, I'll take it. Just help me." But no, they're not there to help you. They're there to fucking rip you off.
So he acted like a Sony employee. In the end, I told him, by the way, you are not from PlayStation. How did you move from America to UK in 1 day? And what the hell is this? Who are you? He said, no, I'm from PlayStation. I said, if you are from PlayStation, never calls anybody. Don't lie to me. He then closed the telephone. He did not want to continue the chat, sadly. I should have acted more dumb with him, so I go along with to see in the end where he wanted to reach. But anyways, it's done.
He's raging, he couldn't hold it in.
So after that, I took this phone call, I recorded it, and I sent it to PlayStation. PlayStation has this call, video call. I've sent it to them. And then I waited. I thought, that is it. PlayStation has the evidence now. They will finally unban my account, and my life will go on again, normally. I got a response after about few days from PlayStation, and I was utterly shocked. I was shocked. I have read the email 3 times. I went to the toilet to wash my face 3 times, thinking I was in a dream. I did not understand
So that's his heart rate at the time of this email. His heart's racing. It's like 87. Like he's breathing or something. Like Jesus, things like is there a doctor watching? Is this guy alright? Does he need to see someone? I mean, can you imagine this thing's fucking beeping in your ear, and you're washing your face and you hear it like fucking hell, and you must be sweating. Like the guy's doing a marathon while he's standing still. I'd be so angry. Like I wouldn't know what to do. Honestly, I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do.
I was shocked by this. They wrote to me in my email, we have finally found the issue with your account. You have violated some terms and stuff. And the violations are as follows. You have platinumed many games which require 100 hours of gameplay in few hours. Then they said, you have finished games and it's stamped as 0 minutes on your profile. Then they said, I have logged in 29 PlayStations. Then they said, I have opened 2,000 plus accounts. I'm not sure, 2,200, 300, 400, in that range, on your PlayStation. I was like, thinking, I was doubting myself. Which games are 100 hours and they are completed in a few hours or minutes on my account? I doubted myself. I said, if I hacked any game, PSN Profiles is gonna ban me. I mean, you know this, guys. PSN Profiles has a 0 tolerance for hackers and cheaters. They will flag you instantly. Well, I wasn't flagged on PSN.
What I would like to know, and this is just for my own peace of mind, and I'm just asking this question so don't get upset when I ask it, is, has Hakoom ever been banned on PSN Profiles for anything like that or suspicions of it? And I only ask this purely because it's like, why wait this? Why would PlayStation let it go on for this long? If this is truly what's happened here, and his information has been, this has been concocted to get his information to be sold on these trading markets for the underbelly of Sony or online or whatever. Why have these violations only just occurred now? If he's been at this for 17 years, he's been platinum in games for 17 years, and as he goes on to explain, he talks about the systems involved. I just like to know how that's possible. And is PSN Profiles online something that's regulated quite heavily? Is there quite strong admins on that? Again, these are questions I'd like to know. These are my questions. I'm just curious. I'm very curious. To understand a bit more about how it all works in the trophy world.
Which game which requires 100 hours? I was still thinking. I was shocked. Then it came back to my mind that these are auto platinums, auto pops. So if you play, you know this, guys. For the people who don't know what's an auto pop, if you, for example, finish Spider-Man on PlayStation 4 or platinum Spider-Man on PlayStation 4 and it took you, let's say, 60 to 70 hours, once you run the PS5 version of Spider-Man, it's gonna automatically pop all the trophies, including the platinum. And there's thousands of games now which are like this. And another example is like if you platinum Fortnite on the American version, which requires 1,000 plus hours. If you run the European version, the platinum will also instantly pop. And if it doesn't, you might be required to play a bit and do some stuff for a few hours, and you will unlock the platinum. You guys know about this. You can Google it. It's not something new. Or it's not like a glitch or like an exploit on PlayStation. It's something known for many years. I'm surprised PlayStation support doesn't know about this. How can a player know this and you guys don't know?
So just for context, if you play Spider-Man Miles Morales as you showed there, and then you upload the PS4 save and then download it onto your PS5 and then play the game, that has it completed with all objectives, all things like that. The PlayStation recognizes, or the system recognizes that you have done all the requirements for the platinum, and it then auto pops your platinum. This is a known thing. This is a thing that can be done. And from the comments from the previous video, a lot of people concur with this. This is a thing. You know, I've had a few trophy hunters reach out, and they've said the same thing, that they don't understand because we have auto pops as well. So that violation is pretty much null and void. It doesn't make any sense.
And since when? Since when does PlayStation ban people for trophies? I never seen anybody on PlayStation get banned for trophies. People have jailbroken PlayStations with tens of thousands of platinums, and they never get banned. I mean, PSN profiles would ban them, yes, but PlayStation doesn't ban them.
I want to see a profile with 10,000 platinums jailbroken. I just want to see one. Now, just to satisfy curiosity.
I know the trophy system inside out, screw by screw, bolt by bolt, nail by nail. I know the system inside out. I know.
This man built the system. He built the system.
Everything about it more than the actual company knows it themselves. Anyways, let's move to the second point. The 0-minute games. Guys, you know why I stopped trophy hunting? Because of this. Because of garbage companies releasing 50 cent to $1 games shovelware on PlayStation, which require 5 to 10 to 20 to 30 seconds to platinum.
Okay, I'll be honest with that, right? Like, if I was hungry for platinums, I'm not going to lie to you, Hakum, I'm going to be totally honest with you, I'll probably buy them just so I could get the platinums. Those juicy plats for $1.50. Let's be honest, you know. Go get them numbers up. I'm sorry. I'm going to hold my hands up. I'm totally honest. Juicy platinums. But yeah, I get why it'd upset you, because obviously you put so many hours into these long form games, and then platinums come out by developers who do it in, like, you can finish a game in 5 to 10 minutes or a couple of minutes. I am toast. There's like FMV games which just cutscenes and you just choose options and then it plays a video and you get a trophy. So I get that, but I can't deny, you know, them platinums.
Just to make money and releasing 8 stacks every single day. I got fed up with it and I just stopped. I said, forget it, man. I am not gonna
forget it, man.
This anymore. So I stopped trophy hunting. Sony accuses me of getting these games with 0 timestamps on, because these games take less than a minute to platinum. I mean, they are there on PlayStation. You can go write them on YouTube or on Google. You can find these games. There are thousands, 4,000 to 5,000 games like this. Imagine 4,000 to 5,000 games maybe. So why should I be penalized for something you placed? You placed these games on PlayStation. You allowed it. I should get penalized for it. Anyways, let's move to the next step. The 2,000 accounts. So what if I put 2,000 accounts on my PlayStation? Since when was it not allowed to place an account on my PlayStation? I've been playing for 17 years. You think I will have 2 to 3 accounts? Every trophy hunter in the world has accessed more than 1,000 accounts. So go and ban 20 million users or 10 million users.
So that's another thing I'd like context on. Multiple accounts. Now I'm curious as to, like, if you're a trophy hunter, if you're watching this and you are a trophy hunter and you're very, very knowledgeable and very big trophy hunter and you're very, you know, very trophy hunter heavy, how many accounts have you got and how many accounts do you use, and how many, I suppose over a amount of years, how many times, you know, how many resources can you use and how many accounts can you create to help you with trophy hunting? Like, what could you run X amount of systems to create a lobby for a multiplayer trophy, for instance? You know, is that doable, where each account logs in to get that one particular trophy for that one account, but it's all links back to one email address? Is that a thing? I don't know, obviously things have changed, terms and conditions have changed over the years, but I'm curious as to like how many accounts would you need to create I mean, I suppose you get a burner account, you've got like a list of accounts on your wall and say, right, what account am I using today? I use this one. And as you do it over and over, and sometimes you forget details, so you make more accounts, but they're all linked to 1 or 2 email addresses. I know things have changed, so now you have to have like a unique email address for every sort of account, I guess. I don't know. But that's something I'd like to know. Like, was it a problem back then, and is it a problem now? But that problem never got erased. It just sat there, building up. So now you've got 2,500 plus accounts sitting there doing nothing, and it's like, hold on a minute, what's going on here? That's just curiosity. I'm just generally curious.
There are many users who put many accounts on PlayStation. It's not against the law to put an account on the PlayStation. Since when was it against the law? And let's move on to the last step, which is the 29 consoles. I have many PlayStations. I've been playing since 17 years. You think I'm gonna stick to 1 or 2 consoles? PlayStation 3, Slim, Fat, 4 Pro, 4 Slim, 5, Vita TV, Portable. All these consoles, I have logged them all. I sometimes also travel and play on other countries. I have even I have evidence. I always post this stuff in my story that even when I go to another country, I even play on different consoles.
Question is, have you ever been to Morocco? Have you ever been to Morocco?
I have even people tell me, you're going to another country to enjoy your time or play PlayStation. They're making fun of me. And I mean, you know this, guys. I sometimes go to my friend's house and play. We play like multiplayer games. So what's the problem if I go to somebody else's house and even log into his play? Anyways, this is not the case now. These things are all doesn't get you permanently suspended. And forget about me for a second. What about the other guys? I've shown you evidence and screenshots of other users' account information getting leaked, including mine. What has this have to do with this case? You're mixing apples and oranges now.
It sounds like a fruit basket.
So I was shocked by the reply, and I gave PlayStation my defense reply. PlayStation replied back. I mean, in the beginning, they said, we are not going to remove the suspension from your account. It's suspended. You're done. So when I replied to them with this reply, which I gave you now, they said, you know what? We still stand by our what we said about you, but you know what? We're gonna unban your account after 45 days.
You're permanently banned. You've broken three or four massive violations. Sorry, my camera's gone. You've broken 3 or 4 massive violations. Loads of rules are broken. But you know what? The email was really good that you put back to us. You kind of stumped us with that one. 45 days, you're back on. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I mean, if that was the case, why not just like ban him for 45 days then? If it was really that bad, obviously I'm just gonna let's go off this premise. Let's go off the premise that, and I'm not saying it's true because these are allegedly these violations occurred. Why not just ban him for 45 days if you're going to do that anyway? Why'd you have to go out and permaban, and then what? It doesn't make any sense. It's so backwards and forwards. It's like you don't know what's true and what's not at this point. But then I can't remember exactly, but like I don't know how this ties in with the account leak. How does that what does that have to do with anything? That's what I'm wondering. That's kind of been pushed to the side a little bit now because we're talking about violations on accounts which cause banning, but then we've still got that account leak happening and selling on the black market. So it's a crazy story, isn't it? So many like avenues to go down.
And we're gonna keep a close eye on your account. They treated me like a criminal. Like some sort of criminal. I did something bad, on PlayStation that they have even an eye on my account. I was even afraid to log on my PS4 after that. I was just on my one console, PS5. It was really, I was really upset about this. I mean, how can you still, after all the evidence I have given you, you keep on telling me that we stand our ground regarding the violations, and you forgot about the leaks and all these things. As you see, guy, this pissed me off. Why doesn't PlayStation take action regarding the leaks and just go left about something else and open another subject? Anyways, I swallowed this pill. My friends told me, I spoke to some professional influencers and told them about this. They said, you know what, Hakoom, just forget it. You got your account back. That's what's important. Continue your life and forget what happened. It's gonna. I'm sure maybe PlayStation knew about this. They're not gonna admit it, but they're working on something. They just gave you a reply just to close the subject. I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna swallow this sour pill and forget it. Later on, I was noticing I was not receiving any PR stuff from PlayStation. So I asked them, what is the stuff, guys? Where is Horizon? Where is the Pro? I got nothing anymore. Maybe it's delayed. Maybe it's a human error mistake. I was shocked. They replied to me, we have frozen your PR contract with us and due to the recent events. And maybe we will look into this and might unfreeze your account in the future. But it might take time. I was finished with this, guys. I knew that PlayStation did not take this breach seriously, and they did not care about what I said to them. It's like what the evidence I gave them went directly into the bin. They did not give a damn about all this leaks and everything, and they just stood ground with the stuff they told me about 100-hour platinums in a few hours. I mean, I even challenged them. I made a video reply to them, and stuck it to the email, and I told them and then explained to them that these games are auto platinum pops. But no, they stood their ground. And I even told them I'm gonna make a video about this. They just did not care about this. So once you don't care about me, I was forced to release this video and share my story with you guys. So it's not just justice for me, it's justice for all the other players. Every account is, most accounts which are being stolen on PlayStation have 3 digits or 3 numbers on them. You know, these special nice accounts. And seriously guys, is this a coincidence that my account data get leaked on the same week PlayStation bans me? You think the customer support went on my PlayStation account on that day exactly when my account information was leaked and banned me for those reasons, which I actually stopped trophy hunting in 2021 and I'm just playing casually? This cannot be a coincidence that my account information...
So I didn't know he stopped trophy hunting in 2021. That's interesting. But what I also find interesting is, like, I will say this, like, this is what I'm going to sound when he talked about you know, the PR stuff. I understand that, like, he's getting his account back, but I do also have to say that I suppose, you know, the PR thing is kind of like they've got I suppose it's like a, you know, it's one of those things. It's like it's just going to happen. They can't just, even though with all the evidence he's shown and all that, you know, again, it's like a script. It's a script. You know, like you get those little boxes with the lines and it goes yes, no, maybe, or whatever, and you follow the lines to the next little box, and then it leads you down to the final box at the bottom with the answer. It's like a chain event thing. You know, this is what they're following. And then they've got the box at the top that has 2 lines that come out of it like that, and they go straight to the bottom. You know, like these little things. I'm sure you've seen it. Like, that is literally what they're probably reading from, and it doesn't matter if it's him, me, you. Doesn't matter. They follow that script, and they treat us all the same. But I will say, when it comes to data leaks, breaches of trust, security, you know, black market trading, selling of accounts, that is something that obviously really does to be looked into. And I'm hoping that maybe they haven't told Hakoom, but maybe they're taking it seriously behind the scenes and they just can't release their findings or an investigation because it will compromise their investigation, or it's ongoing. We have to have, again, I totally understand from the comments from the last video, people are very, very pissed off and they're very, very upset, and they're all, you know, they're all with Hakoom and supporting Hakoom. And honestly, you know, I feel the same. Like, this shouldn't happen to anybody, regardless of, you know, trophies or accounts. You shouldn't have your data leaked to the highest bidder, absolutely regardless. And a company should take their clients and their customers seriously, and they should have corresponded better. And watching the previous video and watching this one, honestly, there's not much difference in translation other than him not going to Morocco. So that was wrong. But yeah, I totally sympathise and I totally understand. But I see it from a customer and from a client perspective of PlayStation. You know, it's definitely concerned me, and my account details aren't on my PlayStation. So, you know, anyone who has got their details, and I've said this before, say it again, remove them, keep them safe, so that if your account ever does go down or gets hacked, and Sony has been hacked before, you know, make sure that you keep everything off of there so that your data doesn't be leaked. You know, some of the biggest companies in the world have had it happen to them. So there's always people working behind the scenes to get hold of this sort of information. So yeah, definitely do that.
Information is leaked. The person who wants to steal my account calls me on my mobile, my personal mobile, and then PlayStation also bans me. All this on the same week? Come on, man. This cannot be a coincidence. We all know how this happened. So there is that. So after that, I've decided to quit working with PlayStation and playing any more PlayStation games or even supporting PlayStation. I removed it completely from my life after what they've done to me. I mean, I am the victim here, and I'm being accused of false accusations, just throwing me under the bus and just saying, yeah, you hacked and bye-bye, your account is suspended. We don't care about the leaks. We don't care about all the evidence I gave them, the photos, the videos, the voice notes, everything I gave them. They just did not give a damn about them. So what do you think, guys? Forget for a second my followers, even my haters. Forget about me for a second. What about the evidence I have put out about the leaks? There is account information being leaked, transactions, account information, IP addresses, credit card information, all emails, all these things. I know some will say there is no passwords stored on PlayStation computers. Yes, that's true, but they can change your email anytime they want and steal your account. It's not that hard. It's just a click of a button away. And I've showed you all this evidence now. So please, guys, focus on the main subject, the account information leaks, and not what the accusations are. And even with accusations, like I explained, it's not a permanent suspension. Anyways, guys, this is my story, and I've decided to quit working with PlayStation anymore for what happened to me. And I really wish for the higher ups in PlayStation, the people with brains, the CEOs, the managers, the big guys, the big fishes on PlayStation, please look into this matter. You have a big scandal and corruption inside your company. You have work staff and PlayStation support leaking information. You need better security measures in your system. You can't just leak people's information like this. It's just, I find it just like unfair when you do this. We trust you with this information. You are backstabbing us like this and leaking it to the people. So I really hope for the CEO of PlayStation and the rest, please look into this matter and please clean this department from this corrupted staff. And I hope this video reaches the correct people. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and if you have any question, please leave it in the comment box below.
So there it is. That's the story in English. Honestly, not much difference from the Arabic version, but obviously a lot clearer in context and easier to understand. Hakoom has very good English. Understood every single word you said. But yeah, I think, like, honestly, I won't drag it on, but my final thought with this is definitely the same as it was in the other video. Don't store your information on there. Don't store any credit card or debit card information. As far as leaving Sony and not trusting Sony, look, I'm going to be totally honest with you. Like I'm not very wealthy, and I don't have like a lot of money. So me kind of giving up Sony product and PlayStation product is just not in the cards for me. I don't think doing that would stand in solidarity. I think if anything, all I can do is, say, listen to this man's story, take heed, take warning, spread the word, share the video, share his video, talk about it. Let make sure that this corruption stops. Make sure that people like Hakoom don't get their data stolen and accounts hacked and banned, and and like you said, all of his lovers or his haters, his followers, any of his detractors, you put all that to the side, because I know there's people out there that don't like this guy. I'm not an idiot. I know there's people that don't like this guy, 100%. But you take the man, like I say, you take the man out of the equation, and you just look at the situation as a whole. You don't want this happening to you or anyone because you could have prevented it by just sharing it or talking about it. The power, we've got the tools now. None of this, this isn't like it was before, So that's about all I've got really to add to it. And if you've reached the end of this video, I will say thanks so much again for watching another massive video. I don't know if this will reach the heights of the last one, but if it does, thank you so much. Big shout out to anybody who's reached out to me privately about the last video. Again, I'm a small YouTuber, streamer. I love, I wouldn't say I love situations like this, because obviously I don't love situations like this, but I love kind of discussing topics like this, and I love interacting with people. I would love to, like, honestly, I think it'd be fantastic to talk to Hakoom. Like, I put the invitation out there that I'd love to have a chat with him, you know, half an hour, just to sit down and talk to him about this whole thing, and, you know, and maybe talk about that and talk about some other stuff in the trophy hunting world. I think that'd be quite cool, you know. But yeah, again, it just made me spitballing ideas there. But again, thank you so much again to Hakoom for this video. Thank you for you to watching, and again to all the new subscribers. Bless you. Thank you so much. BoymanBeard out. Oh, make sure to follow, like, and subscribe. Check me out on twitch.tv/BoymanBeard. Cheers. Thanks so much.